Hello, everyone. My name is Marion with DTM Real Talk Channel. It's the channel that you can tune into, have the ability to listen to the thoughts of others about topics all over the world that touch every one of our lives. Everybody goes through basically the same thing. There is nothing new under the sun. So if you're going through, someone else has already been there. Maybe you can find hope. Maybe it's a pathway that can set you on the right road just by tuning in. So DTM Real Talk, just keeping it real. And if you like it, like us at the bottom, subscribe, and let us know just how we helped you. Just keeping it real. Nothing but love. Good evening, good morning, wherever you are. This is DTM Real Talk, and we're just keeping it real tonight, today, this morning. Yes, I have a special guest, and they always say that I say everybody is special. Well, you are. Courtney, welcome, Courtney. Say hi to the good folks out there.
Hi, how are you? Thank you for this opportunity.
Awesome. She is amazing. And guess what? I met Courtney a year ago through a mutual friend, which is really like a sister to me and a mom to her. So is that crazy?
Yes.
And she doesn't even know we're airing tonight, but she will. But anyway, so how you been?
I've been great, busy but great. They tell me busy is good, so I guess that's a good thing. With very busy and being pulled in different directions, but I maintain.
Right. Right. You know what made me want to call you was I was sitting in a meeting and a lady got up and it was a women's, a West Side Association. And we were in the meeting and they were just talking about different things that we were going to do in the future and referring, different businesses and stuff. And when they mentioned your business, I was like, what'd you say the name of the business? And she started passing out the cards. I said, oh, yeah, she does good work. She's really, really good.
Thank you. Surprisingly so. It's been, I was in introductory phase for the first year and a half. But now, when I introduce myself to people, they usually like, oh, DBA, I was there last week. Oh, I know DBA. Oh, my mom goes there, different.
Yes, very well.
So it's like, oh, yes, we're
Good
doing
news
something right.
travels. That's right. Good news travels. And you did good work for me. Very, very, very much so. And I appreciate it. And I'm coming back with some more. Then the other lady got up and I text you on that one. That's another story.
That was funny. I was like, what? No. I have a max.
I was so weak. Sorry, YouTube land. It's a private joke. But anyway, Courtney, tell me, where were you born? Where were you raised? Where are you from?
Okay, I was born in East St. Louis, Illinois, actually Centerville, Illinois. That's across the river from St. Louis. So it's like the West Bank, the East Bank. So I'm from the East Bank if I'm in St. Louis. Okay. And I'm from the West Bank if I'm in New Orleans. Okay. So I came here when I was 6 years old. My mom, long story short, my mom put 5 of us in a light blue Pinto and drove down to New Orleans. And I've been here ever since. I have engulfed myself in New Orleans culture. I love New Orleans and food. I could not think of any place else I would want to live other than near the beach. But if I could have the beach near the French Quarters, I would be.
You'll be okay.
Yes.
You have the best of both worlds then, right?
Yes.
Okay. So what I just wanted you to share a little bit. I mean, you're very you are a very successful business owner.
Thank you.
done a lot of things, and
Mm.
you're even a decorator. I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna call her when I get my house to decorate my house." I'm still in my
I'm
mama's
an
stuff, yeah.
amateur. I'm an amateur, but I think I do pretty well.
Oh, you do very
I
well.
can match some things up.
Yes, yes, yes. So when did you first discover that you wanted to be your own boss?
Would that be for the home health or for DBA?
Well, that's a really good thing. Let's go back. What was the first business that you had that you developed, and
Okay.
what made you want to do that?
So you have to think my mom was an entrepreneur. She actually
Okay.
started three businesses at one time. One of them stuck. My dad was a mechanic who had his own repair shop. So I come from business owners.
There you
So in 1992, well, 91, 92, my mom started a home health agency,
okay.
Home Health Care. At the time, I was a teenager. I was running the streets with Corey.
Uh-huh.
Uh, so we were, I was the least bit interested in home health or her having a business or what have you. So I went off to college, and while I was in college, I guess I was just seeing opportunity there.
Mhm.
So I've always recognized needs. I see needs that need to be met. So opportunity. So I became a business owner in a sense away at Langston University. So
Uh-huh.
my mom used to send me these care packages, and in those care packages would be jambalaya and dirty rice,
Uh-huh.
boxes of Zatarain's jambalaya, dirty rice. So they would have Zapp's potato chips, everything,
Okay.
everything New Orleans, right? So
Uh-huh.
I started to sell them.
Oh, wait.
Uh-huh.
Mom was sending you care packages for you to
Yeah,
enjoy, and you started selling them.
because they was asking for my food. So I didn't want
Yeah.
to send my food, but I could get you some. So I would call mom, send me 5 boxes of this and 5 boxes of that.
Okay. Okay.
Uh-huh. So I think that's where my little entrepreneurial spirit kicked
It was already in you, so it just jumped out with the care
Uh-huh.
packages
It was
started
an
coming through.
opportunity. And going back to like I say, in high school, running the streets, every club we would go to, you would take a picture, right? The
Right.
picture man would be there, and he
Right.
would be there with his Polaroid camera. You get your picture right away. So we used to have these dances at school, at college, but they
Uh-huh.
didn't have a picture man. So I
Okay.
called my mom one day and I was like, "Look, can you send me a Polaroid camera with about 3 sets of film, please?"
Okay.
I started taking pictures and selling them.
Okay. Okay. So you was nurturing that little entrepreneurship quality in you.
Yeah. Yep. So fast forward, my mom got sick,
Okay.
and I wanted to come home and to see what was going on with her.
Right.
Business still going. At that point, that's when she started saying, "Hey, look, I need to show you this. I need to show you that. Things like that." So I started. I was still in school here, but I was learning the business per se, not knowing that a year later she would be gone.
Wow. Sorry. Yeah.
Mhm.
So when your mom passed away, you took it over?
Right, it was just handed to me, "Here, this is your this is your
It's your
baby."
baby.
I was 20 years old. I was a new wife and a new mother. I had an 8-month-old.
Wow.
Yes, yeah. So, I have 2 older brothers. One was in California.
Uh-huh.
Uh, he was, he was a police, law
Okay.
enforcement, and I had another older brother who was an engineer. So
Okay.
here we are.
Tried to run a home health business.
Lost and confused, and then this 20-year-old is gonna be somebody's boss, right? So
Uh-huh.
needless to say, thus really started my
Wow.
business career. A lot of I pivoted. I was going to school for uh, engineering. I
Uh-huh.
started taking business classes, started engulfing myself in home health. I needed to learn a trade, and with one of those things was me having to be a nurse. It was just like the nurses were talking over my head. I was like, "Oh, I
Right.
don't like this."
Wow. So you were dropped into the home health business,
Mhm.
with nurses surrounding you and not
Mhm.
a medical bone in your body.
Other than my mom. My
Other than
mom
your
was a
mom.
nurse, my aunts were nurses, my sister-in-law
Right.
was a nurse, my cousins were nurses. I did not want to be a nurse
Okay.
at all, but God. But
Okay.
God.
Yeah. Tell
Uh-huh.
God what you're gonna do, right? I know
Uh-huh.
that story. I
Uh-huh.
told him I wasn't coming back here to New Orleans. Look where I am.
Right, right. So
Mm.
I went to nursing school so that I could understand what these older people were telling me,
Uh-huh.
so I could believe it a little bit, and just continue to um, flourish this business. And
Wow.
it's 30 years later.
Okay, so let's talk about you got into the business, okay, and you had a couple of challenges, I'm sure. Name one or two that you had,
Uh,
challenges that you had.
Back then, probably being a young business owner, everybody
Mhm.
was older than I was.
Ah,
So, I had to be taken seriously,
right.
of course. So, I think that's where I got my matter of factness from. It was like, hey,
Okay.
look, you're going to do this, and I need you to do this. And,
Okay.
I got a little backbone at that point. That was probably the biggest challenge with
Okay. People
starting out so young.
respecting you in that
Mhm.
in that particular position.
Mhm.
Yes. Well, you
And
earned it, my baby.
yes, yes, yes.
Very
And I guess the second challenge was just learning the business and becoming eventually an expert in it.
yes.
Whereas I could talk with other business owners, consult with them, and just honing the craft and knowing it
Right.
through and through. Because even when they had the challenges, we've gone through so many payment systems and all, and being able to pivot,
Yes.
when those payment systems happen, and just keeping up with the learning phase of it. So that would probably be the two biggest
Biggest
challenges.
challenge. Yeah. Wow. Wow. Kudos to you.
Thank
So
you.
you got the home health company up and rolling and running and successful. So now what made you move toward DBA?
Crazy, crazy. Um, Actually, before COVID happened, I had started thinking about leaving a legacy for my sons. I have
Okay.
two sons. And I was like, okay, mom left me a legacy. I need to leave something. I know they probably are not interested in home health. So I needed to come up with something.
Yeah.
They're not nurses, and I'm not going to be able to push them to be a nurse like
Right.
I was, right? So I was like, okay, I need to come up with something. So we started brainstorming, and I started looking into recession-proof businesses. Um,
Uh-huh.
Started looking at, do I start something? Do I franchise? So we settled on a franchise.
Uh-huh.
So we started on a franchise, mail services,
Okay.
um, and was talking with that franchisee, and we, had some challenges with that. They wanted it in one location. I was adamant in another location. They wanted this. I wanted that.
Uh-huh.
And as I was doing my research, I wanted to add more services. So I
Okay.
asked them. I said, um, hey, look, I want to add this, this, and this. And they was like, oh, sure, sure. But then I learned it would be part of the royalties that I would have to pay too, right? And I was like,
Right.
oh, no wonder y'all want it. No wonder y'all want me to add it. And so then we basically were weighing our options, my sons and I, whether we would create our own brand,
Okay.
or or join the franchise. And then we decided we were going to join the franchise, but then COVID happened, pandemic happened,
Wow.
and then it ceased. It went away
Mm.
because of course, it became pandemonium
Oh,
with
no.
home health, because they
Right.
were
Yes.
patients out of the hospital, refusing patients, and all. So home health really kicked it up.
Yeah.
Um, So then one day, driving down the street,
Uh-huh.
And I'd like to say this was nothing but God at this point, because it was clearly not in my cards. Had never thought about it again. So this was May of 21. I'm sorry, March of 21.
Uh-huh.
Riding down the street with a friend, and I
Uh-huh.
say, stop over at this building. Let me see if this building is still vacant that I
Mhm.
was looking at last year. Stopped over, and sure enough, the building is vacant.
Okay.
I mean, had not thought about it again since COVID.
Uh-huh.
So I took the number down and I went home, and it just weighed heavy on my heavy
Uh-huh.
on my brain. And I was like, okay. So I went back the next day. I got the phone number again. I was like, maybe I dialed the wrong number. I dialed the number again, left a message with the guy. But this time there was brown paper. There was paper on the windows, which told me the spot was rented.
Oh, paper on the windows to the place you were looking at.
Mhm.
Gotcha. Uh-huh.
I was like, oh man,
Uh-huh.
a little sense of disappointment, even though I didn't know what I was
Right.
doing in the first place. And so something told me, walk the sidewalk. There was an empty spot further down, closer to the corner. And I looked through the windows. I said, oh, this place is ugly. This place is really, or whatever. It was a warehouse essentially. So
Uh-huh.
I was like, this is ugly. I don't know about this. But my friend kept encouraging me. It's like, if it's something you want to do with it, do it. I'm sure you can figure it out.
Yes.
I was like, you're right, you're right. So I made an appointment to go and view it. I
Mm-hmm.
walked in it, bare. I mean, it was bare. It was ugly. It stunk. It had bars up to the windows. It was just
Uh-huh.
horrible. And something said, go,
Uh-huh.
go. So I negotiated right then and there the price with the landlord.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, okay, I'll bring it. Well, the property manager, he said, okay, sounds good. I'll bring it to the owners. I
Uh-huh.
said, okay. And I'm like, I still don't know what I'm gonna do. So I went home and I drew up a sketch.
Uh-huh.
And thus DBA Business Center was born.
Wow. Yeah, because it's beautiful.
Thank you.
I wouldn't have known it was going through whatever you said went through,
From
right?
ceiling to floors here, we had
Yes, yes,
all the walls in between.
yes. And from what I understand, you have entrepreneurs coming once a month, or is it once a quarter? Or how does that work?
Usually about once a month we have something for business owners. We have a
Yeah.
couple of little signature events that we have, like headshots and happy hour, where
Uh-huh.
we um, um, really good headshots for a minimal cost, and then
Okay.
it's an opportunity for the business owners to network with others.
Very good. Talk about that a little bit.
Mhm.
When the
So
next one is, and I'll post it after this.
I think the next one will be in June. It'll be in June. You can follow Instagram for the exact date, but it
Okay.
will be in June. And so I've partnered with one of
I
the
think you told me May 16th.
we changed it because we have something
Oh,
coming up in May. Oh, you mean seat at the table? That's
the
different.
networking event.
Yeah, that's different. Yeah.
Oh, it's
So,
different. Okay.
yeah. So that's not
Hope you just cut your head all the way off.
I'm sorry. That's not headshots and happy hour.
Okay,
That's seat at the
talk about
table
that.
Tuesdays. So seat at the table Tuesdays. One of the young ladies that I met at one of our events. We got together and we decided we wanted to do something for business owners as
Okay.
far as networking and most importantly education. So what we do is once a quarter we have this networking event, and we bring in guest speakers to talk about various topics on in business.
Okay.
So we've had someone to come in about branding and marketing. We've had somebody come in and talk about business. I'm sorry, bookkeeping and taxes. Next month we have someone coming in and talking about mental health as it
Okay,
relates to entrepreneurs. So
very good.
that's what we'll be doing on May the 16th.
Okay, very good. I will be there, Lord say the same. Yes, yes. Now explain the other one.
So
The
Headshots and Happy Hour, like I say, I've partnered with Majestic Photography, Mr. Sean Johnson. He's
okay,
a really good photographer. He comes in, he does the
okay,
best headshots that I've
okay.
seen, um, at a low cost. And then you get free food, free drink, and free networking opportunity.
Awesome. I might come in and get my head shot. Thank you
That
so
was
much
even
for the
come and got one.
yeah, and thank you so much for the referral. What's his name? Byron. He is
Yes.
working on my website as we speak. He should have
Oh,
my demo
perfect.
up and running by Friday.
Oh, good. Good
Yes.
turnaround.
Yeah, yeah, because I do so many things and I didn't want to leave anything off and I don't know this industry, his
Mhm,
industry. So I was
mhm,
asking him what would be the best thing, you know,
mhm.
what would be the best thing and how to fix it. So of course I sent him everything he asked for and he says I'll have something for you to look at by Friday. So I'm excited about that.
Oh,
So
good, good. I need to get with him and he probably can help me update mine. I
yeah.
mean, I've been trying to maintain it myself. I didn't create it myself, but I
Uh-huh.
try to maintain it and I've hit some roadblocks
Yeah.
and just haven't had time to Google and research how to add these things or,
It's pretty time consuming. And so
Mhm.
he's going to manage the whole thing. I'm like, okay, here's all the information. I'll give you the content. You just do the
Oh,
technical
that's
part.
good. That's really good. That's
So
really good.
yeah, for a monthly, very nice monthly fee. So I'm excited
Mhm.
about that. Even with my YouTube channel, I had to turn off the comments because I couldn't manage it with
Right.
doing what I do. I'm like, okay,
Okay.
I can't manage this. So what
Right.
I do is tell people to reach out to me, and that has been very successful at
Oh,
DTM
good.
Real Talk. So I do have individuals reaching out saying, let's talk about this. Can you talk about this or whatever?
Mhm.
Good little while we were on entrepreneurs, because that was the request. So
Mhm.
yeah, so thank you. Okay, so DBA is up and running. Tell the good folks some of the services that you offer at DBA, and I'll put the contact information on at the end.
Absolutely. So DBA is a business support center. It basically supports the business from startup to expansion. We help with LLC formation and tax ID creation. We do all branding and marketing materials, printing for those things. We have virtual addresses and physical addresses. We have co-working space. We have event space and meeting space. We now have a new podcast studio. And
Okay.
we have private offices, computer rental, and then of course our document services, copy and print,
Yes.
faxing, scanning, laminating, and the like, and labels. Yeah.
Very well. I am so proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
And we'll
Thank
definitely continue to support you. I will
I
definitely
appreciate that.
continue to sound your name off, everywhere I go. Business owners, yeah. DBA.
Yes, do. Keep an ear out, keep on making sure what's information is being put out
Yes,
is true.
was true. That was
Let's fact
hilarious.
check. Let's fact check this, right?
Oh Lord. So let me make y'all laugh, YouTube laugh before we go. I was in the setting and I'm not gonna call any names. And a lady got up and she was just giving information. So I text her right away. I was like, Courtney, hey, is this such and such and such a thing? Is this gonna happen? Courtney said, huh? No.
No, stop it now.
But anyway, all was well. All was well. Well, with that said, we're going to sign off this evening. We're excited to have Courtney on to share with us what a great
So much.
job she's doing and the positive feedback she's getting, the excellent work she's doing. And thank you, thank you, thank you. We will continue to support you, and I will put all the
Thank you. I
information
appreciate it.
up. And for those of you that would like to reach out to me concerning her or anything else, is DTM DTMRealTalk@gmail.com. Just like it sounds, DTMRealTalk@gmail.com. And if you want to reach out to Courtney, her information is right after this clip. So this is DTM Real Talk. We're just keeping it real, and we'll see y'all next week.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching DTM Real Talk. Be sure to join us for more conversation. And oh yeah, don't forget to hit that like button, share, and subscribe while you're there.